Okay, in this video, I want to talk about how to make the most money as an owner-operator truck driver. And we had some really good comments on that last video about why I don't go owner-op. And I want to talk about that. I want to respond to some comments because I have caught on to something, and pretty much because of the comments people are posting, but also I worked for a couple of companies that were doing something like someone suggested, and I couldn't make any money, but I found out that the company was making a lot of money. The company was running short, heavy loads and getting $5 to $8 a mile, but I was getting no miles. Okay, and let's talk about it. What Wyatt said. He said, just go buy a truck at less than 30,000, run regional. Just have it DOT safe. If it does not work out, you're not out a lot. Just put that minimum bobtail insurance on it. I want to talk about this really quick. So yeah, what Wyatt was saying, hey, everybody made some really good comments on that video, but what Wyatt was saying too goes with what Mooseman was saying. Mooseman was saying, you know, he can only do 2,200 miles a week. He burns out after 3 or 4 months. I have the same problem with burnout. Okay, so Wyatt may have just offered up a solution. Okay, because I knew a guy that I was in CDL school with, that it was 6 months after CDL school. This guy already had he had 3 trucks. I want to say he got them all 3. No, he definitely had his own truck within 6 months. It may have been like a year. He had all 3 of them, but he had 3 trucks pretty quickly. But the last time I talked to him, that's what he was doing. He was running short hauls close to home that paid a lot per mile, and he was going home like every other day and off on the weekends. He was not running many miles, but he was making really good money. He had an older truck that was paid for, and just doing short hauls and getting like $5 a mile, you know, or more, you know. But that's how he was doing it. But the other 2 trucks he had, they were over the road. He had teams in those 2 trucks, okay? And they were running the crap out of those trucks. So anyway, yeah, that's a really good point. That if you're one of those kind of drivers, if you're just burnout, or you have a problem with burnout, like I do, and like Mooseman does, and I'm sure other people do, then the solution may be to just get you an older truck, a cheap truck that you don't intend to run very hard, you know, and just go out there and do short hauls and close to home, you know, so you can be home all the time and make good money. The reason these over-the-road companies can't do that is because if they did, and I had a company I worked for one time that did, that was out of Chicago. They would run short, heavy loads, and they would make all the money, and the driver made nothing. Okay, and I called them on it one time, and the guy said, "Oh well, I'll tell them not to be going after the money like that anymore. You know, get you some, so you can get you some miles." Okay, dude, these companies. Anyway, so the reason over-the-road companies don't really do that is because of that problem where the driver would get no miles. The driver wouldn't make anything. The company would make all the money, and the driver wouldn't make anything. They'd have a hard time keeping drivers. But there's still some that try to do it. Because if you think about it, if you only ran 2,000 miles a week and you're a company driver, how much are they going to have to pay you per mile? I mean, they're not going to do that, you know? So you wouldn't make any money as a company driver. But on the other hand, as an owner-operator, if you own the truck and say you're getting $5 a mile at 2,000 miles a week, that's 10 grand a week, and you're only spending like $1,000 in fuel. You know, yeah, that's how you make the money. But I'm glad he brought that up. So anyway, some great comments on that video, man. That's what I like about this community. Is we got really good people on here that use their heads, you know, and yeah. So anyway, everybody's kind of on the same page. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to point that out because that was a really good point. Several good points were made there, man. Anyway, so I want to make some videos also about. I want to talk about Tanker because I know a girl that's gotten into it and some other people that got into Tanker. Good Lord, it looks like there's a couple different ways to get into it. Sorry guys, I just woke up again. I'm bad to wake up and just turn on the freaking camera. Yeah, Santa Claus. Who was it that called me Santa Claus? I forgot now. Anyway, boy, Santa Claus was looking rough. I'll say that. Anyway, so what was I saying? What the hell? Yeah, but it's looking like there's a couple of different ways to get involved in Tanker, and a couple of other specialized sectors of trucking, you know, and I want to talk about that because I know some people making a lot of money doing it, and I know some people that aren't making much money doing it, and I think I got it figured out. So anyway, stay tuned. More coming. Dread out.